This week we have a 1, a 4, a 7, a 9, and a 10. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this is the weekly sneaker review.
My kick's on fire.
I almost hate to include these on the countdown. However, the all-white version of the Nike Air Foamposite One worn by Penny Hardaway while he was judging the dunk contest at the Memphis Midnight Madness is hot. There's really no other way to describe him. The all-white version of the Foamposite One was shown to us by Soul Collector, who gave us a good look at the white leather, the pearl Foamposite, and the translucent outsole. AFOs really don't get any hotter than this. Unfortunately, these are a one of one. Fans of the LeBron 9 got quite a treat last week when they were treated to the reveal of the LeBron 9 University Pack. The pack includes colorways of the LeBron 9 in the University of Miami colorway, the Kentucky colorway, and my personal favorite, the Ohio State colorway. Now, the Kentucky version was actually already released on October 15th, with the Ohio State version being released on November 15th, and the University of Miami colorway being released on November 29th. However, we should note that there are versions with the logos on them, but those are PEs for the players, and the ones released to the general public will not have the university logo, but the LeBron signature logo on the tongue. That's the LeBron 9 University Pack. Let's move on to number 3. Last year, the Kobe 6 was more focused on how light it was than it was on comfort, but it looks like things have kind of switched for this year. The model of the Kobe 7 that we've seen thus far features a modular insole, which we believe helps with comfort, but it's also connected to an ankle strap that will wrap around your ankle and sits just above the ankle collar. Also, taking a closer look at the upper, we see that flywire is definitely more pronounced in the shoe, which definitely still keeps it lightweight, but also adds durability. Right now, the images are all we have, and there has been no official release date, but we imagine that sort of information is right around the corner, so make sure you stay close to the site for that sort of info. And banking on last year, we should probably see the first release of the Kobe 7 right around Christmas. But again, that's just me guessing based on last year. Let's move on to number 2. Jordan Brand is showing the shorties some love as new images of the Air Jordan 4 Cement and GS sizes have been popping up around the net. The model features an all-white upper with tech gray and black accents on the outsole and on the top of the laces and on the liner. Now, they're slated to drop in February, but it is a few days after Valentine's Day. Again, that's February 2012. Actually, it's February 18th, 2012. So if you have a female sneakerhead in your life, or if you're hooking up your shorty with some nice Air Jordans, these look like a great Valentine's gift. Let's move on to number 1. Since none of us like to look at blurry cell phone pics or catalog scans of sneakers, we were all happy to see these detailed pictures of the Air Jordan 10 Retro Chicago. The model is dubbed the Chicago due to its white, black, and red colorway, which closely resembles the home jerseys of the Chicago Bulls when Michael was playing on the team. These are set to retail for $160 and should be hitting your favorite shop on January 21st, 2012. Let's move on to the personal picks. You know what? I realize I'm saying let's move on a lot this episode, and I'm going to stop that officially right now. So, personal picks. First one up is the Kicks Hawaii times the Converse Chuck Taylors. These have been getting a lot of buzz on the internet. As you know, I am a big Chuck Taylor fan. You throw in some camouflage and I am good pretty much every day of the week. Second personal pick is the Indy Jones times the Concord Air Jordan 11. I really like the way the sneakers make her look, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Click the link and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And finally, the Puma Suede Gum Pack. I have been on my Puma grind since I got a pair of Clydes, and the gum outsole and the mixed color uppers are really hot to me, so I'm definitely feeling those. So again, 3 personal picks: Kicks Hawaii times the Converse Chuck Taylor, the Indy Jones profile in her Air Jordan Concord 11s, and the Puma Suede Gum Pack. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I really like the question of the video portion of the weekly review, because it's the only time that I really get to interact with you guys. It's like the only time I really get to talk to you guys. So last week I asked you guys what shoe you would wear to a fancier or nicer event. And obviously this had to be an event where you could still wear sneakers and not dress shoes. And some of you made that point. And this was one of the questions where it was pretty varied, which was pretty exciting for me, because usually, the questions are, not too far of center. But this one was pretty varied. I'm gonna read a few of your comments. Let's start with this one from the website, and this one was from Rich. Rich says, first off, if you're going to get fancy and dressed up, then your feet need to too. Dress shoes are a must, kind of what I was talking about. But if I want to wear sneakers, then I would wear gourmet shoes. The Uno Low, Trey, and Decadio in black leather or suede are clean and simple shoes and would look good at a formal event. Well said, Rich. I definitely agree. Here's another one from Jonathan Verna. Jonathan says, I would wear a pair any Super Red Carpet Series edition. It's all black and tough satin material and a red bottom sole. So both Rich and Jonathan pretty much have the same idea of just going with a simple silhouette. Nothing too flashy, no bright colors, but a solid either black or a solid white color. Definitely what you would do for a nicer or more formal event. I have a few here. Here's two more from YouTube. This one is from Black Diamond 1007. Since it's asking for which sneakers, I'm guessing it's a little casual. Yes, it is a little casual event. And I would go with Space Jams just because they always look clean and it's sort of all black, and all black never fails. Definitely, when in doubt, rock it in black and you should be good. The final one from YouTube is from LLDAMI, Yadami, or something like that. I would wear my Superstars or my Samoas, but any low Adidas in general would be the perfect shoe for that occasion. And that is a very unique aspect, I think, to Adidas that only happens with Adidas and Converse, where you can pretty much rock a pair of Chuck Taylors or a pair of Superstars or a pair of Samoas in this case, and get away with it at any sort of event just because of the history of the Adidas, and in this case, of the Adidas or the Converse Samoas. So the question of this video comes from GMS313LBM. And the question is, besides Jordans and Nikes, what retros do you want to see come back? So let's look outside Jordan brand, look outside Nike, and what retros from other shoes would you like to see come back? Let us know in the comments. And also, if you have a question that you want asked, let us know in the comments also, and I may pick your question for next week. Well, that brings us to the end of the weekly review. As always, if you have not seen the last episode, you can see it right here. Bam! If you have not subscribed, feel free to click the button. That will let you know whenever a new episode or any videos are posted here on the Kicks on Fire channel. If Facebook and Twitter is your thing, then that information is down in the description. That's both for Kicks on Fire and for me. And that is the end of the weekly review. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and I will see you next week. Peace. The series finale of the HBO show Entourage happened this year. However, the show left us with something tangible, at least for the sneakerheads anyway. It's the Nike SB Dunk Low Lights Out, aka the Entourage. The model was originally done as a friends and family